So yeah, this kind of feeds right into some of the stuff that we needed from our document processing here at OMI. So there's a bunch of meetings and things that have been recorded. Jin's done a good job of using AI to summarize a bunch of this stuff, but it kind of ends up just in a big bucket and is a little bit hard to interact with. And so luckily there's a lot of crossover between document summarization for useful purposes, I guess, or productive purposes, and just for chatting, just for fun. So yeah, I did some experimentation around that this week. And so yeah, here's what we're going to take a look at. So basically, I just started with a very simple console app here. I'm using Semantic Kernel and Kernel Memory, two projects from Microsoft, to process this stuff. So if I scroll up a little bit, you can kind of see all the output from where it was processing these files. So for this test, I'm only using the meeting notes from the interop avatars characters meetings. But those are getting parsed, and it's creating a bunch of embeddings, which is then stored in a quadrant vector database. Then yeah, so now here I typed a prompt just as a test right before I started this meeting, which is just tell me about what's been going on with interoperable characters. And it takes a little bit of time, and then it's going to go through those documents and create that little summary for me. So let's do a couple live. We can ask it something like, what use cases are covered in this forum? Let's see what it'll come up with. I don't know. This is one I haven't tried yet. So now it's doing the looking through and generating. So here we go. What's it going to tell us? So it covers a wide variety of use cases related to avatars, characters, and their interoperability. So yeah, awesome. It did come up with a bunch of the use cases that we had been discussing. So digital chatbots, virtual singers, NPCs, stage production, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it takes a couple seconds to parse with that number of documents. So again, super early work. I'm sure there's lots of performance optimizations to be made around this stuff. And again, right now, just as a console app, but the next step for me is to incorporate this into the project that I'm working on, which would then make it accessible through a web interface to hopefully be usable by more folks. But yeah, that's basically it. Any questions about what's going on? Most of us are not familiar with digital twins. Yeah, definitely. And so I think the idea is to make it approachable and easy to use. So I don't want people to necessarily have to be familiar with digital twins. More just that, you know, they either want to have a virtual human in the likeness of themselves or someone else, or be able to access some kind of body of knowledge like this. So the, you know, I use the term digital twins just because it's what I'm familiar using, but that's not, I think, a term that I expect most people to be familiar with. But yeah, cool. Thanks, guys. I will keep updating you as this progresses.